Deborah was a woman of great wisdom, strength, and courage, who played a pivotal role in the history of ancient Israel. Her story begins during a time when the Israelites were oppressed by the Canaanites, who had cruelly ruled over them for 20 years. The people longed for freedom, for deliverance from their oppressors, and they turned to Deborah for guidance. Deborah was not only a prophetess but also a judge, a rare position for a woman in those times. She was known for her keen insight and her ability to hear and interpret the voice of God. The Israelites would often come to her seeking her wise counsel, and she would provide them with guidance and direction. One day, as Deborah sat under the palm tree of Deborah, which was named after her, she received a divine message. God spoke to her, telling her that it was time to rise up and lead the Israelites into battle against their oppressors. Deborah knew that this was her calling, her moment to make a difference and bring about freedom for her people. With unwavering faith in God's guidance, Deborah summoned Barak, a mighty warrior, and delivered God's command to him. She told him that he was to gather an army of 10,000 men from the tribes of Naphtali and Zebulun and lead them into battle against Sisera, the commander of the Canaanite army. Barak hesitated, unsure of his own abilities and fearful of the daunting task ahead. He asked Deborah to accompany him into battle, to be his source of strength and inspiration. Deborah agreed, but she also warned Barak that because of his lack of faith in God's power, the honor of defeating Sisera would go to a woman. Barak rallied his troops, and under Deborah's guidance, they marched towards Mount Tabor, where Sisera and his vast army awaited them. The Canaanites were confident in their superior numbers and weaponry, but Deborah's faith in God remained unshaken. As the Israelite army descended upon the Canaanites, a fierce battle ensued. The thunderous clash of swords and shields filled the air, and the ground trembled beneath the weight of the warriors' footsteps. Barak fought valiantly, his sword swinging with precision and determination, while Deborah stood by his side, offering words of encouragement and guidance. But it was Jael, a woman from the Kenite tribe, who ultimately fulfilled Deborah's prophecy. As Sisera fled from the battlefield, seeking refuge, he stumbled upon Jael's tent. She welcomed him inside, offering him milk to quench his thirst and a warm blanket to rest upon. Little did Sisera know that Jael had other plans. With a steady hand and a heart filled with courage, she took a tent peg and a mallet and drove it through Sisera's temple, ending his life and securing victory for the Israelites. The news of their triumph spread like wildfire throughout the land, and the people rejoiced. Deborah's name was spoken with reverence and awe, her wisdom and leadership celebrated. The Israelites had been freed from their oppressors, and they knew that it was Deborah who had led them to victory. Deborah continued to serve as a judge and prophetess for many years, guiding her people with wisdom and grace. Her legacy lived on, inspiring future generations to rise up against injustice and trust in God's guidance on their journey. The story of Deborah serves as a reminder that courage knows no bounds, that wisdom can come from unexpected sources, and that faith in God's power can lead to extraordinary victories. Her story continues to inspire men and women alike to stand up for what is right, to fight for justice, and to trust in the divine guidance that resides within each of us.